the question was, when a person converts, they receive a new neshama. Where does the old neshama go? So first of all, there is actually a machlokus, a very interesting machlokus in Kabbalah. How do we understand the spiritual essence of a convert? Some indeed look at it as a new, when you go to the mikveh, you're under the mikveh, so when you emerge from the mikveh, there's a new spiritual essence that comes into you. That is one pshat. There's another pshat, that a ger was born with a Jewish neshama. It's like a Jewish neshama in a non-Jewish body. You didn't get a new neshama. Rather, there is now a correspondence between your body and your neshama. Your neshama is now matched up with your guf to enable your neshama to do the mitzvos that it needs for its tikkun, because the mitzvos are connected to the guf, right? In other words, my Jewish neshama in a non-Jewish body cannot do the mitzvos, and that creates a lot of agmas nefesh. Now, Baruch Hashem, my body matches my neshama. That's why, by the way, a number of gerim, not everybody, so it's hard to empirically prove this, they describe a sense of unease from the time they were young children. I mean, for example, the famous Ger Tzedek of Vilna didn't even know any Jews when he was a little kid. But every Shabbos, he felt a great deal of anxiety. He didn't know why. He felt something was wrong, meaning there was something in him. I spoke to somebody today who, he was not a ger, he was actually but he was born a Jew, but he was born into a very, very, very secular family, not even Reform, ethical culture, which is to the extreme left of the Reform movement. So Reform would be Haredi Reform, and this is like, real out there. And he mentioned that from the time he was 7 years old, he had this chronic anxiety of feeling he was in the wrong place, feeling he didn't belong. Now there, I would say that's the Yiddish neshama coming out. But the emes is, even non-Jews have described it that way. So your question is not a question if you follow the Shita that this is the soul that he always had. Now, but if you learn the other way, and people do learn it the other way, that it mamish is a new neshama, so the question is, where does the old neshama go? So that's a hard question. Neshamos are not like trash that are recycled. Essentially, because neshamos are aspects of God's breath, so to speak, even non-Jewish neshamos, so it simply gets reabsorbed into the totality of God's infinity and no longer has a sense of individual identity. It simply goes back to its shorish and just gets reabsorbed into the Metzias Hashem. Okay?